So I got a couple places where these terminals are going to go in. So I made these blocks. I mean, all they are is just marine grade plywood, then saturated in epoxy to try to completely seal it up. And I made them in a bunch of sizes, more or less, not quite at random, but I got really lucky with some of these sizes. But so the point is these will be epoxy to the inside of the hull where these terminals need to go. That way I don't have to drill any holes in the fiberglass, because then I can drill holes in the wood to mount, and that makes it easier because they'll be flatter, and also I'm not drilling holes in the hull. And if in any case if this wood rots, which it's not, I mean this wood's pretty durable, but you know it's soaked in epoxy that I did, but it's marine grade, it's the actual honest to God marine grade plywood, the expensive stuff too, so even untreated it's pretty durable. So I've got this is just one part of it, the rest of it's in there, you'll see it when it's put together. Waterproof gland. I cut the slot and then the holes and then backfilled them with epoxy, so now I just have to drill up the holes and I can start mounting this. So I've got my little piece of tape on the drill bit to mark how deep I need to go for the screws, and off to town. When I drilled the holes, the pilot holes for the screws, I hit voids, which means that the epoxy didn't go the whole way down in the hole. Call me a perfectionist, but the last thing I want is water getting into the balsa coring of this and softening it up, especially around, you know, that's the thing that you hold on to. You got the big wheel on it. I mean, I don't want, if that deck softens up, I'm going to have a lot of problems. So I drilled them back out and filled them again. With a perfect crimp, the insulation would end immediately before the metal part of the crimp, so that the heat shrink was completely shrunk down in insulation. These are pretty good. That one on the right is the worst. But I think they're all, I mean there's plenty of heat shrink connected to the insulation, so I think we're good. But it's tough to get it exact, because you want it to also, you want the wire to protrude all the way through the metal so you get the most electrical contact too. So you really want to cut that at exactly the right length. Unfortunately it started raining. It doesn't, I don't know if you can hear it with the camera phone, but it's not much less, unfortunately it started raining. I don't know if you can hear the rain from the video, the camera microphone. I don't know if it's good enough to pick up. Let me try that one more time. So it started raining. I don't know if the camera microphone is good enough to pick up the rain, but it's not raining very hard yet. But the problem is you know, you can look at the radar obviously because it's 2018, and it's going to rain a lot. I'm probably got an hour to 2 hours of heavy rain that this is just the edge of. So I've moved everything in the boat, and the problem, let me turn this around. The problem is I was working outside, and you know there's no room in here because I've got everything out. So before I can start, what I'm going to work on is actually getting those batteries into the battery compartment and then wire up the jumpers and everything and actually get them wired up. But as you can see, before I can do that, I've got to find a place to put this. And that's the problem, is I've been using the inside of the boat as storage and staging so I can work outside, and now that I'm working inside I've got to rearrange everything.